Hi, how are you all? I'm Kamaksha Musunaru, open source software evangelist and also a full stack web developer. In this video cast, I just would like to talk about how to create a very simple login system using Django. So actually the main purpose of this video is to make a demonstration. So I would like to I have gone through so many video resources in which there are so many strategies to make a login system in Django. Some of the, just like, say for example, if you go through, there are so many strategies as far as Django is concerned while making the login systems. Frankly speaking, such a many alternative ways does not exist in any other web frameworks. There is a base user, let me say, base user model in Django. So if you actually, I was creating authentication Django documentation. Let me take you to the one of the documentations in which you can there is a base user model. Okay, that is just like this. We have actually Django provides so many ways to do this, because we really can save a lot of time while creating one such login system. But the strategies, if you I don't know how to talk, like say this can be used, and all those basic strategies that were built inside the Django are highly efficient and highly secure, and it gives a lot of freedom to the developer while creating methods, because we use object-oriented programming while doing web development using Django. But I thought, it's a bit difficult, kind of. You have to go through all the documentation and you need to know all possibilities. You need to explore all the various possibilities of developing the login system using this the base user model, or maybe some, they call it as I don't even remember the name of the class, that is base abstract user or something like that. Yeah, base user admin, there are many things. Yeah, abstract user, this is what is so many people, what they do is actually they try to I don't know what you call in object oriented programming, inheritance. So they inherit this class object user, just like this. We can define user class, and we can use that base abstract user, and along with this we have to use either user admin, or the other strategy is to use the manager. Like there is some kind of base manager, abstract base user, and when we are using the abstract base user, yeah, manager, writing a manager for, so these are all actually I don't know, like it was not I mean straightforward to me, because we need to spend a lot of time reading all this documentation. And yeah, here, like base user manager, abstract base user. So first we have to create a class by using this inheriting the base user, base abstract base user, and then we need to create a manager, and then we try to manage everything, manage this model using the whatever the class that we are going to define based on, by inheriting all those methods or properties available inside this bit. So this actually I frankly speaking, I was not comfortable reading. I mean, this has wonderful ways. It offers a lot of security, or maybe whatever it is, like Django is a mind-blowing web framework for web development, and it has all those assets readily available for the various but I just thought of a while, and then I I I thought, like how can we develop a very simple login system using the base model class as well as the forms class. Okay, models class and forms class. So we just need, just like the way we do it in Flask, because I came from Flask. I like to do everything. I expect huge amount of freedom while writing the programs, and I am always interested into going to the very minute details. So for a while I thought, and this is actually mind blowing. There is no doubt in that. All these classes and the way we need to, but we have to. My discomfort is to follow somebody's approach. That is what is exactly my problem. Then I thought, why can't I have my own very simple login system, just depending on the course fundamentals of Django. So in which case what happens, I don't want to make use of all these the extra classes that were available from the base Django installation, but we need to use ultimately we need to depend on one model, some class, and for forms we need to. So Django models, this is actually the base models class, and so anybody and everybody can just develop one of their kind. Like we can just thoroughly create a model, and we have a model form kind of things. Like if you search for Django model, I'm sorry, I do a lot of spelling mistakes. Model form. So one very interesting aspect of Django is that whenever we create a model, we can convert that into a form. That is actually there where model form comes very handy. And then in this video tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to create a very simple login system by merely using the base classes, like the models. This one, this I'm going to use DynamoDB import models, and then I'm going to use one more thing, that is forms, like Django forms. So my strategy is just going to be like this. So I create a model, okay, whatever the model that because I want to have the freedom while defining the model. Instead of using somebody's approach, it's better to create my own approach. So I create a model, and I just need one single model for registration, and based on that model I can run off the entire show. I'm going to show you how to do that. So soon after I defining the model, I convert that model into a form. Okay, just here the model form. So I convert that into a model form, and that model form I try to render in the template, so HTML template, and from there I just try to redirect or return or whatever it is, like so stay tuned with patience. I'm going to eat a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to create a base login system, something like that. So let me open my VS Code in this. Okay, fine, and let me, as usual, so I assume that you know the fundamentals of Django, how to start the project as well as how to start the app and all, something like that. So I'm just going to use ppnv. That's very interesting. Install Django, and I'm sure it's going to take some time, and I'll just pass my. So my ppnv has finished installing the Django. Now in this, if I use ls, I have pip file there. So here I can say pip-env show. Now this is just going to activate the virtual environment which it had created just a minute before. And now I'm inside the virtual environment. Now at this point in time, I can use Django admin stat project, and then authentic, wait, I don't know, kind of authentic login system. Let's me login system. So I should be able to, I think, unknown command, start a project. Django admin stat. I do a lot of spelling mistakes. I'm extremely sorry for that. You have to excuse me for this. I'm highly buggy person. Now, okay, fine. ls. Let me. So these are all actually the fundamentals of Django. So I'm just going inside the login system, and here I should be having that manage.py. Now let me create. So this here, the left side, you can see that login system. We got all the basic infrastructure which is required to start web development using Django. Now I'm going to create an app. an application for the authentication. Python manage.py stat app authenticate. This is actually, I cannot use all these words because they're all there inside this like authentic. So okay, I think that could be a good now here see the left side, actually the app has been created. Now at this point we can just leave this the terminal, and we can go straight away to the authenticate. So since we installed an app, so we have to mention that in the settings authentic, authentic. I'm sorry, actually there is a spelling mistake. This says I could have done authentic. It should be authentic. ATHENTC. Okay, anyway, so I did a mistake. Now I can't do anything. So that's finished. And now let me go to this one. So what I'm going to do is that I straight away go to the so I installed the app now. So the installation of the app is finished. So these are all actually the core fundamentals of Django. I assume that you know what I'm talking. I mean, I believe you know what I think you know what I'm talking. And if you don't know all these things, you have so many options to learn the fundamentals of Django. Okay, anyway, now I am going to do this. Like I'm going to create a model that is going to be a model for the registration, and then I convert that model into the form, a model form, and then from there I'll go for the development. Okay, this is actually the backend part. So what I need to do is class registration model for registration model, something like that. Now models dot model. So that is actually, and then I want maybe username. I don't need actually. So models dot char field. And now max length. Maybe I don't know. Max length is, let me take 100, and this is not. I don't want this to be unique. I can say null equal to false. There must be some sort of blank also false. I think blank is sufficient. Blank, it's not null, it should not be null, blank is email, and then this is models dot char field. No, email field. We have a field for that. Max length is, let me take 100, doesn't matter. Unique, yeah, unique should be true. Every email should be unique. Blank false. So I don't want it to be. Now password is equal to models dot maybe char field, and then max length maybe some 50, or I don't want 50 even, that's okay, fine. Blank false. So it cannot be false. All of them blank false, null false, something like that. Now I can str representation here. I want to return the self dot maybe I don't know, username. Yeah, you see here, from here actually we can define a number of things. Say for example, if I have some sort of first name, I can write it as f name equal to models, just like in base user model, whatever we do, those methods we can define here. Models char field, I just copy this. No, it's just going blank can be false, this can be false. No, null, it is not true actually. Blank can be true. And then same, I can also, this is just going to be L name. So we can do all these things, that is what I'm saying. So now we can also go ahead with another method, like full name, maybe self, I can say. So we can make use of all those infrastructure, all that infrastructure which is available, all those infrastructure which is available inside the Python, something like that. Now here I can say return self, maybe I can use an f string, So here self dot f name, and then a place space, and then self dot l name, and then yeah, that's it. So maybe kind of I can also, maybe I can define a method for password, I can define a method for email, I can actually we got a method normalize email. Sometimes the users will give very bizarre weird emails, so we can just convert uppercase letters in email into the lowercase letters and something like that. So those and all we can do. I can come up with one more method here, anything and everything. So that is what we have enough freedom through this base models instead of kind of so this is okay, fine. Now registration, this one, what I do is, I think I don't have the forms.py here. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and create a file, forms.py, and here from Django import forms, and from Django forms import and model form. I think it should be model form, and then from models I need to import registration model. Now I am going to convert that registration model into the form. So that is what is the actual the goal behind the entire activity. Now I call it as a registration form, okay, and then forms dot model form. Now class meta, and now here becomes, actually I always forget this, but I know model is equal to, I take everything, okay, all fields. No, sorry, this is going to be here, fields is equal to all, and then here comes the registration model. So this is what is. Now here we got password, right? So I always forget this, what is this? Register, why do I have this? Okay, save all. Okay, fine. How to convert the password? Convert password in Django model form. We need to convert that into the widget. So I always forget this. There is certain code, kind of. Where do I have that? Something like this. You see, like this we need to. Okay, I'll copy this. There's nothing wrong. So widget password is, convert the password into the password input, because we defined the password as a character field. You see here, this is a char field. So we need to tell the Django that it is not a char field actually. This is a password field, something like that. We need forms dot password input, something like that. So we need to. So okay, fine. I think we are done with the models as well as forms. And now at this point in time, we'll go to the views. Maybe I can create a view thoroughly. Home, first one is home. I create a home request, return, render, and then request, and then authentic /home.html. Now here comes the logic. Okay, fine. So let's now since we defined kind of view, then we need to go to the, I think I don't have the URL dots. I will create that urls dot py and come back here. First let me go to the base URLs, and here I need to from authentic import URLs as authentic URLs. Now here path I include, so what I do is so I just use blank here, so that whenever there is So authentic URLs include authentic URLs. So all the URLs inside these authentic URLs will be included automatically. Now at this point we can just go here. Let us pick up this statement. I need this statement. URLs, URLs is with include. Okay, let me copy it to here. So let me go to the URLs. Here I defined one route, right? I don't want so here admin, we don't want this, and here comes the home. Okay, from here, from dot views, from here import views. Now what we can do is for home view, this is just going to be views dot home, and then name is going to be, it's always better to have the names because we can use these names while creating the URLs. Okay, so I think at this point in time, or at this point in time inside in this demonstration, I can make migrations, manage.py, make migrations. I don't know, I just have to see, yeah, everything is okay. I think migrate. So you have to, these are all actually basics, so I assume that you know the basics. So everything is migrated. Now we can run server. Python, sorry, manage.py, run server, run server. Now if I take you here, okay, we got a problem. The empty path didn't match any of this. Name home. Okay, I think I unnecessarily kept home here. That's okay, fine. So now, okay, we didn't create the, that's fine, good. So I'm doing all mistakes. Templates, backward slash, no, I'll create templates, and in this templates again I create a folder and I call authentic. Inside this authentic, I create a file home.html. So it is telling it me saying that div, and then I can come h1, and then here I can say this is home page. Okay, now paragraph, go to I meant to create this login page. Actually I don't have the login page. URL for login, so I want to direct the people to login page. That's not created, so let's go ahead and create a login page. That is going to be def login page request. I use all small case letters. Now in the login page, what I need to do is that return render, okay, request authentic login.html. Now what I need to do is I have to create this login.html, and here what I do is I just create a base login form. Form is, the method is going to be post, and then here I want to create a table. First row is going to be td, in td label for email, and then this is going to be email, and next to td is input for email. It is going to be text. No, it is not text actually. Yeah, it can be text, there is nothing wrong. Okay, so email, and then the name property is important here because we are going to get this, we need this in order to get the value of this input widget. Okay, and then I'll go for one more row, pr, and here td label for password, and now this is going to be the password, and then td input going to be password, and then I don't know, should I say yeah, name is equal to password. Okay, and then come out of this out of this table, and then let us create for a submit. Submit, the value is going to be submit. So this is just a base kind of thing, and here I want to give it a kind of, you know, I think we can redirect. We don't need anything here. We can we don't have, maybe, I don't know, I can just give don't have sign have you not registered go to register page. Okay, so if see, this is all not required actually. I don't know why I'm doing all these things. Register route will forward them to register. Anyway, see, I made to create all these routes. I have to, so the login form is ready now. So let me create one more that is going to be register dot register register.html. Yeah, that's very fine. So here in registration, we have some certain logic, so we'll come back here. First let me go to the views. So login page, no, I'll come back here. First let me create the def registration page. Okay, request, and then here I have written render request, and then authentic register.html. Here I need context, because context, we are going to use a form. Now form is equal to, I need this form, so I'm going to take this form from here. Okay, from forms, so from forms import registration form. Now come here. So let us this is going to be the get request context for context. Let me create the context for get request. Form is form. Okay, so if it is post request, so we need to do, suppose if request dot method is equal to post, then I think I can stop here, because my routes are ready here. And then let me go to the urls .pyauthentic. Here I'll create the routes. Okay. I don't know what happened. Now what I do is, for login, I create a login endpoint. This is a route, and then here I have login page, and this is going to be login. Okay, and then for register, I'll call it as register, and then registration page. Yeah, and then here it should be register. Okay, so these names are useful for us to create the URLs. Now let me go to the registration.html. I think I can create very thoroughly. I can just go for I can create one h1 registration page. I think, did I create that in login? No, I think otherwise it is very difficult to login page. Now let me go to registration page, and here what I do is I need to create the form. Okay, because I want the form to method is going to be post, and now this form is going to post them. And now what I need to do is I need CS or F token. That is actually a Django thing. So don't ask me what is the Django. I mean CSS. These are all actually the fundamentals. Now form dot as table. So I want to render the form as table. So at this I think we have all basic things ready for our activity. We got a router for login, registration, and then in main URLs file we have defined we included all the URLs inside this authentic. Authentic is an app, ATHENTIC, yeah. So in here you got okay. So if so this yeah, go to login. I think so. This login is let me close once again and run things once again. So let me go to login first. Have you not registered? Go to URL register. So that is in login page. So if you go to the home, what is the information that I'm giving? Go to URL login. Yeah, that's okay, fine. I don't know why this is not okay. href, yeah, correct. So this is not because login, it's not login actually. Registration, yeah, I think okay. Login page. So here I should put it. So now it is correct. I can also make a registration link here. So that is going to be registered. Register. Go to register for registration. Registration page. Maybe for registration. So here for login page for sign in, something like that. Okay, just forget this. Now if we think yeah, run server. My server is not on. Yeah, go to login page for login. Yeah, that's good. So if you have not registered, I think same mistake I'm doing here. So if I go to registration page for registration, now the problem is in register it's not rendering it as a table because I have to use table tag. Okay, so now let me also use here, yeah, this one, same mistake I'm doing here. What I need to do is a tag, so I should use it here. Go to registration page, something like that. So now say you got the table here. So let me take you to home. Yeah, login page. This is the login page, and go to registration page. This is the registration page. I think I did one more blunder. Actually, there is no submit page here. So for registration, I need to come up with input submit value is equal to submit. Yeah, so all the front end activity has been finished. So now we need to go for logic, because if we go to the registration page, it is not just going to do anything. Say for example, if I use mk and then if name k and then mk@email.com, maybe I can use some dummy password. See, it is not doing anything, right? So because that is we didn't tell Django as how to handle those that information. If request method is post, if at all some information is posted, now what we need to do is create the user. So how is that going to create the user? We need that model. Where is the model? So models, this is the model which we need. We want to save that information as in the form of a model. So from models import this one. Okay, now user, save that as email is equal to email. So where is that email? Password word is equal to password. Now where are they? So email will take all no need, email is equal to uh, request dot post dot get, and then email from the form, and then password is equal to request dot post dot get password, because these are the two essential things which we need from. We can also take everything, that is not a big thing. We can take fname, we can take because they are nullable. So we kind of if you go to the models, we don't need fname, lname, they can be blank. So what is important is we need a username. I think I can also make it blank is true. Okay, so then I need email. It cannot be true. It should be true. Blank is false. This is blank is true, blank is false, blank is false. Yeah, we need email and a username and a password. These are all actually important for us, so without which we cannot go ahead. Okay, now we need email and password. Now what I do, I just print this user.email. I do one thing, fname, and user, I'll do one thing, user.fullname. Yes, because we have the full name, right? So I'll just take fname equal to request, because we'll use the method which we defined in the class. That's a good idea, right? Post.get. I don't know, in registration did I, let me use f, I think it should be fname. I think that is how I defined in models. Yeah, fname, lname, that's how I defined. So let me go to this views, and then the other one is lname. Now we'll try to manufacture the full name. We'll print the full name here. Okay, and let's see what's going to happen. So we are going to save that as a user object, and the user full name is going to give us retrieve the full name from the, should be able to retrieve the full name from the models. Yeah, full name is that method, so we should be able to get the full name. Okay, we can also get the first name or last name, whatever it is, like you can define. So this is actually the main the purpose of creating this video demonstration. First name, actually we need to use that AbstractBaseUser and as well as the manager to define all these methods, but I think we don't need to, we don't require them. We can do all those things here itself. We can make use of this object-oriented programming, which is inbuilt inside Python language. Return self dot f name, first name, fname. That's, so what I do is, instead of, yeah, that's okay, fine, we'll go for so let me register now. mk, fname is k m and mk at email.com, and then some bullshit. Okay, enter. Now something has happened. It's not redirecting. Okay, I'm not redirecting this. So it's registering, and the full name is not being print user full name. Okay, run something fname. Let me mk k m mk. I think I cannot register the same email.com. Oh, it's not coming here. It's okay. Fname Actually, properties are working. So the mistake which I did is actually I need to use register.model, and I forgot to use the username. Actually, if you look at the models, username is one of the required field because the blank is false, which means it cannot be blank. So while creating the registration model, any object, we need to pass the all those fields which are required to create that particular instance of the model. So now I am just going to, as a matter of fact, to provide you the evidence that we are creating a user is being created. I just wanted to show you whether maybe I don't know, like I can use email user.email. I have the user here, and I want to retrieve the email from that user object. So at this point in time, if I use some kind of mk@email.com, you see here it prints the email. I don't know if I want to f name. I should see if it like mkkm and mk@email.com. Should be able. It is not trying to, because we are not it only creates the all those properties which were defined. Fname is not, we are not creating the fname, right? So if I create the fname here equal to fname, lname equal to lname, because all of them we are getting all of them from here. Okay, so username, fname, lname, email, password, these are the full featured so at this, now it is possible for us to get the information. mk, now I think we'll get the, so this is actually how, so we are creating the model. Now at this point in time, after registration, I want to return not redirect, return, maybe I can say I want to import a function from Django HTTP import HTTP response. Okay, so I'm going to use this HTTP response. So after I finish the, now your profile has been you are successfully successfully sign up. Okay, what is the, now else, just going to, so that's all. This is what we would like to do, and then we'll try to redirect them to, so we can do one thing, we can, why can't we redirect, okay, request, it's not request actually, redirect login, this we can do. So what I do is render redirect, so instead of giving a message, it is better to redirect. So we can also do so many things. Actually here I can create I can import messages from messages class, and then we can also print the messages by using, that is actually a lengthy demonstration, so this is sufficient because I just wanted to create the working solution. Now once we go to the login page, there we should be able to, so our login should be able to get the information. So that is going to be if request dot method is equal to post, and then maybe I just want to use the email, request dot post dot get email, and then password is equal to request dot post dot get password. Now at this point in time, we need to check if user is available in the registration model. Maybe I can say email get objects, maybe I can say get or filter, whatever it is. Okay, email is equal to email. If user, then we can just return, maybe redirect home. So here we can redirect to home, whatever it is. Okay, so I think everything is fine here. Let's go to, so we already registered to the, now we'll go for the login, and here email is mk@email.com, and then the password is, yeah, CSRF token is missing. Login form, okay, CSRF token. Now what we need to do is, we'll better go for the registration. So I'll show you entire cycle. Home, hey, what happened? Home, registration. Here we'll try to register mk at email, and I have to be very careful about the yeah, I want to go for, it's telling me to reload the page, register. Now mkm, hey, what happened? mk at email. What's the problem here? Okay, let me close this. This is a login page. The login page we don't want. What is the problem here? Just Python manager will make migrations, nothing, migrate, yeah, no migrations. Now Python run server, so it just told me mk@email.com, mk@12345. Where am I? Login. I don't know. Yeah, now it comes, and here I don't know, for unknown reasons it was now if I log in, it should be able to, model matching query does not exist. That's okay, fine. So why? objects get email. So it's telling at me that Python manage.py shell from authentic dot models import registration model. So registration model objects dot get all. Let's see. Oh, it is empty. So which means we don't have anything. Actually, the problem is I just forgot to put the statement user.save. It should not be here. It should not be here. Actually, it should be here. So earlier, what happened? Actually, it cannot be inside this login page. In login page, what happens is that it is just a GET request. We are not going to, after we post the information, that is just going to retrieve the information based on the data that we provide to the form. Okay. But the all this time I've been wasted only because of, I just wasted all this time by simply forgetting the statement, including the statement in the code. So after we create the user, we need to save the user. So that is actually very, very important. Just because I forgot the statement, I almost wasted more than 30 minutes of time, my valuable time. So here, let me explain you. So first, in registration page, what happens is that we render the form and we provide that form to the HTML, the template through context, and after we input the information in the registration page, and that information is used to create the model, and this model should be saved. So this is very, very important. Actually, I forgot this, and I struggled a lot, doing a lot of activity in the Python shell. And then once we register the user, and this user information is saved inside the registration model, and that information can be matched. Say for example, if the same user goes to the login page and provide the email ID and password, which is essential information, then we can retrieve the information based on that provided data. So if the user provides email and password, so with the help of the email we can retrieve the user. And if the user is there in the database, then that is just going to redirect the person to the home. So this is all the process. Now let me show you that in action. So I will, this is actually the home page. Let me refresh. Now let me take you to the registration page. I already have few users, like, this time what I do is, I go for, MK1, say, because MK is already there. Email, yeah, it is already MK sunset. Now let me use the same information, MK1, not the MK. Okay, and now that password, that's it, will be redirected back to the home page. So this is actually the simple. I took a long time because I've been explaining each and everything from the scratch. I explained you how to create the project, and there the very first step is creating the project, and then after that creating an app, and the app is authentic, and then I created the models. Is only one model, that is a registration model, and then later I converted that into the form using the model form class available in Django, and then I created a couple of routes here, that is login page, one for the login page, one for the registration page, and then I created templates, for one for login, the other for registration. I already have a home only for redirection, I want to redirect the users to the login page or registration page based on the requirement or necessity. So once the user finish the registration, then he can go to the login page. Okay, because this automatically redirect to the login after registration, and here the person can the user can use his credentials, login credentials, and after that it redirects to the home page. So this is the entire demonstration now. So why I created this demonstration? Because I'm fed up with all those alternative strategies available inside Django. They're all actually wonderful strategies. They add a lot of here actually I'm not encrypting the password. So this is just actually a small demonstration. I don't want to do everything in a pakka fashion. But in base strategy, base methods, the methods automatically encrypt the password and it will take care of. But we need to read the entire documentation, and we have to spend hours and hours to understand the base login system and the base user system, user models inside inbuilt models inside Django. But I thought there must be some sort of solution which through which we can just create a very basic login system, by merely using one simple model and a model form and a couple of routes, and then the views, and then a couple of templates. Hope this is useful to most of the candidates to understand how to build a simple login system using Django. So I'll come up with much more innovative ideas. So this for these demonstrations. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the new content, and please subscribe to my video channel. Kindly don't forget to press the like button. Thanks once again for watching.